Hi everyone, we're getting very close to the end of the month. I wanted to make sure I put in some ideas in here for how to work on rhythmic challenges. So my idea for you today is something that I love to do with passages where the subdivisions are difficult. So maybe the subdivisions are constantly changing, like I have to change between 16th notes to triplets to quintuplets to eighth notes, who knows. Either they're changing constantly or there's just a lot of subdividing that I have to keep track of. I find it less helpful to turn on a metronome and either have it clicking on the beat or have the metronome do subdivisions than to do what I'm about to suggest. So what I like to do is I like to play the passage playing out all the subdivisions. So let's just make it very simple, and let's say I'm going to subdivide everything in the passage into 16th notes. So I will play out all the subdivisions with the correct notes so that the notes are changing when they would in the score with all the 16th note subdivisions played out. I record myself doing that, and then I play along with my recording as written. So I have a metronome, me, that's doing the subdivisions with the correct pitches. It makes it much more obvious when I'm not accurate. So I will do a video of myself doing this, but for any passages where subdivision is something that you have to worry about, especially if it's difficult, I highly recommend trying this. It's much better, I find, than just putting on a metronome. All right, I'm going to show how I do the subdivided metronome thing with an etude from Michael Kimber's 20th Century Idioms for Violists. Violists, if you don't know this book of etudes, highly recommended. So this one is called Mixed Meter. I'm going to put a picture of the score here so you can see it. I picked this section because this is something when I teach it to my students, this section tends to be really challenging for them because the meter keeps changing. It's 3, 4, 5, 8, 3, 4, 7, 8, 2, 4, 3, 8, 2, 4, 5, 8, 5, 4. That's what I'm going to play. So the eighth note stays constant throughout, so I don't have to change subdivisions, but the length of the beat keeps changing, right? Because at 5, 8, you have a 2-part beat or a 3-part beat. So my first step is going to be recording a subdivided metronome. I'm going to play out all of the eighth notes. So the first 3 rhythmic values are half note, quarter, quarter. So it'll be 4 eighth notes, 2 eighth notes, 2 eighth notes. So first step is recording the subdivided metronome. So. I'll just go that far. So it wasn't very musical, right? That's not really the point. I'm just trying to make a metronome with all the eighth notes, in this case, subdivided out. So I have recorded that. And now I am going to play along with the subdivided metronome. Usually I have to make this artificially louder on my app so I can hear it while I'm playing, or use my earbuds. So I'm gonna do that off camera and then come back. Okay, my subdivided metronome is louder. So now I'm going to play along with it. So I'm gonna play as written. My subdivided metronome will be doing all of the eighth notes for me. Okay, so you could see that there were some places where I wasn't right with the metronome. This is not something I'm working on right now. So if I was working on it, I would want to practice those places that I wasn't quite with the metronome, where my internal subdivisions were not matching the subdivisions of the metronome. But I find this exercise really, really helpful. It really shows me where I'm not subdividing accurately, or my subdivisions are too fast or too slow or something like that. So if you have a challenging rhythmic passage that involves keeping track of subdivisions, highly recommended to try this out.